sorry, I'm checking everybody. I'm just checking my list of attendance. Andrea Natalia, right. Armando, Diego Alberto, Diego Alexander, Dylan, Gina Marcela is here. Okay, Jorge Enrique, nice. Jose Ignacio, Juan Daniel, Linda, Irene, Luisa, Maria Alejandra, Amaya, Maria Alejandra Stupiñan, very well. We have 2 Marias, 3 Diegos here. Michelle Dairet, Natalia Valentina. This is, okay, our professor, Nancy, all right.
Hello.
Hello, I'm checking that everybody is here, ready? On
Of course.
on my
Good time.
attendance, right. I'm checking Diego and Diego, all right. Dylan, Gina Marcela, Jorge Enrique, Jose Ignacio, Juan Daniel, Linda, Luisa Fernanda, Maria Alejandra Stupiñal, I have Michelle, Natalia, our teacher Nelsie, okay. Oscar, Santiago, Sebastian, Sergio, Shaira, Victor and Victor. Oh yes, I remember we have 2 Natalias, 3 Diegos, 2 Marias, and 2 Victors. So that's cool. Victor Enrique and Victor Humberto. So fine. Yes, we are ready. All right. So I'll say again, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Nice to have you here one more time for one more session. And I say hello, good afternoon, Teacher Nelsie. How are you doing today? Is everything fine?
Great. Yes.
Great. Okay.
How's everybody?
Yes. Nice Saturday.
Yeah.
Nice weekend. And we have a long weekend, so that's great. Okay. So we're going to start the first presentation. Here we can see group number 5. So any moment you are ready to start, we are ready to pay attention to you, all right? Jorge, Luisa, Oscar, and Victor. Okay.
Teacher,
Great, this is Jorge, yes.
All right.
Yeah, so you can start, all right.
Well, good afternoon, teachers and classmates. My name is Jorge Reyes, and we are group number 5, and this is our project. We start by asking ourselves, how can we reduce solid waste pollution in Bucaramanga? So, current patterns of production and consumption have caused serious environmental issues due to the massive waste of production in this economic system. So the consumption choices human beings make, like as individuals, can result in a significant impact on the natural environment. Yes, in fact, the world generate of solid waste is expected to increase like 7% by 2050 to 3.4 billion annually. So this is going to affect everyone in this planet Earth with catastrophic social and environmental consequences. Well, also, we actually have worked together for almost 2 weeks to propose effective solutions for this awful problem that is damaging our planet by doing an exhaustive research in official websites and scientific databases. But the real reason we choose this topic is because we think that we are able to change the garbage contamination that is affecting Bucaramanga and the area metropolitana. So, Oscar, tell us more about it.
Hello everybody, my name is Oscar Alvarez and I told you about our investigation. In Bucaramanga, at different departments of Colombia, exist at different limits of waste. With our investigation, we found in Bucaramanga 2 problems about environmental. The first is a recycling of waste. All the city and departments in Colombia has a goal was set for the state for environmental specifically recycling of waste. In Bucaramanga, that goal was set for the year 2013 in 30% of recycling waste, but for the year 2018, this percent has 2%. This situation has evidence the for the little importance given to the recycling. The second problem to this to Bucaramanga with the solid waste is the production of solid waste. Bucaramanga is in cooperation for all the departments and cities is produce garbage per capita exceeds 1 kilogram. At the national level is the most high because out of Colombia the percentage is 0.97 kilos. In Bucaramanga the persons produce 1.0034 kilos per persona.
All right, let's talk about background and context. So, we use this as a base for this project. First of all, we are going to talk about the growth economy. This one is a consumption's accounts, rest of the belief that economy will grow forever, but infinite growth is incompatible with this finite planet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the globalist growth economy hides the true cost because they are like blinding us to the process behind every object, such as oil spills and landfills and human rights abuse. Also, we are going to talk about now let's talk about throwaway culture, the poor lifespan of products and the sheer amount we consume and dispose of our daily base contribute to a vast waste of crisis. In 2050, it's estimated that plastic will outweigh fish in the ocean. And finally, we're going to talk about the intensive manufacturing. This one is like this lead to biodiversity loss and deforestation. We're using the earth resources 1.7 and 5 times faster that planetary system can regenerate. So this is awful. And finally, the take make waste society. The take make waste society, but what is this terminology? So where we rapidly take our planet limited resources, the planet limited resources, and we converted them into consumed products. And then we rapidly discard them. So this is like the take make waste society. And this system of hyper-consumption is the base of the consumerism and globalized growth economy. So later, my partner Luisa is going to talk you more about this proposal of circular economy.
With my partners, we search different solutions for this problem. The first solution is the environmental education, but I can explain what is the environmental education. Next, please. The environmental education is a process that allows individuals to explore things through releasing environmental uses, engage in problem solving, and take action to improve the environmental. As the results, individuals develop a deeper understanding for environmental uses and have the skills to make improved and responsible decisions. This environmental education we to take focused on the neighborhood in Bucaramanga. Can how environmental campaigns on public establishment, environmental classes on public and private schools, free ecological tales with experts, ecological visits to natural parks, and tree planting initiatives.
My name is Luisa. Other possible solution is circular economy. As the new system of consumption, it is essential strategy for sustainability. This economic thinking aims to reduce both the input of materials and the production of virgin waste, closing the loose or economy and ecological flows of resources. The objective is that the value of products, materials, and resources is maintained in the economy for as long as possible, and that the generation of waste is minimized.
Hi, my name is Victor Perez. Today I come to talk about the third solution for the problem we are raising. It is about generate environmental awareness to the population. We will do this through social networks. Currently, social networks have evolved a communication of great magnitude. It is the means of communication most used by citizens in the world. 99% of people, young people and adults, use the internet to connect or maintain communication with other people, friends or family, and long distance relationships in different parts in the world. Most people today belong to social networks and use the web for advertising, news, information, notes, systems, studies, emails, and more. It's what is life day by day on the internet. So, to help the environment through social networks is to know how to make a benefit, taking advantage of the most use of them, like Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. They serve much more than giving the life or retweeting. And the good news is that more and more people are aware of this problem and trying to do their little bit to avoid it.
In this part, we decide to choose solution 3 because we like more that impact that it can currently generate in our society. Since it is the most efficient way to reach many people. For this reason, we decide to create an Instagram and TikTok page to share content on the subject and sensitize people with videos and images. The name of the page is Pollution Education BGA because we wanted it to be striking and congruent with the theme. In the page, we upload information as tips to separate according to the colors in the baskets of garbage bags. Also on the importance of reduce, reuse, and recycle. The links are in the chat. In summary, infinite consumption is compatible with a fine planet. We young people are the charge of making a real change by becoming aware of situation in our city by transforming our habits. What each of use does in favor of environment aids up and generate a great positive impact on our city. Social networks are useful because they manage to get our messages across to many people in Bucaramanga and outside of it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, guys. Thank you for your idea. Thank you for your nice presentation. Good colors, nice pictures, very interesting information. Thank you so much. Yes, so environment. Okay, thank you so much. we continue, and then we'll listen to our invited professor. So, Nancy, we will listen to you. Thank you very much for your company here.
No, thank you for making this space for me to come to and to share with you. I have a question. Two questions actually. Well, the very first one is, you mentioned a campaign, like you open an account or you open a page in TikTok, and was it Instagram as well? Can we see the actual page? Can we see the information in the actual page? Because I know you show some captures, no? Some screenshots. Can we actually see the page in TikTok or in Instagram, if I understood? Can any of them share the screen of the page?
Of course. Give me a moment.
All right.
Okay, yes, there is a link here in the chat box. Jorge, can you just open the page and show us when you share your screen, probably?
Well, this is like in the computer, so in the cell phone is very different, but we have these two videos about environmental education, and this one is for us. We created.
Production of unnecessary goods. Waste and consumerism are closely linked due to the environmental effects caused by the massive production of unnecessary goods. Consumerism has created an unimaginable global waste crisis that has triggered many of the climate and environmental issues that the world is facing today.
This is another about recycling.
That's very nice. And the reason why I wanted to see, thank you for showing me the videos that you had over there. Since the page name, I believe it's Pollution Education BGA, I assume that BGA is for Bucaramanga. It would also good to maybe to include some information or some videos of the actual problems that our metropolitan area is facing, no? You mentioned something extremely compelling about El Carrasco and about all the situation with the trash collection, and it would be well good to, since the page of this is to in order to raise awareness, right? Because the awareness is already raised about the world, what's happening in the world, but it's actually affecting us at a very local level here with our dam in El Carrasco that couldn't take anymore, and now they're trying to look for a different place. So try to raise awareness to locals about the situation locally, which is bad. Sometimes there's fires, sometimes there's smells, sometimes all of these things, especially for the people who live around. So if they could, some information could be added to the page in order to raise awareness about um, environment at the local level, even if it's in Spanish, that would be, I think it would be good. This is Instagram, right?
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely, teacher. You have all the right, and thank you for your advice.
I have just the second question, and it's about who did you contact? Did you speak to someone at la Corporación de la Meseta to get the information about all of the situation with the trash and the dump?
No, teacher, we didn't have a lot of time to do that,
I
but
know.
yeah.
But you mentioned, well, all the information you collected, you searched for in the web, and maybe you should have
Web and scientific databases of
and
Bucaramanga.
journals. Okay, and the journals. The La Corporación has a page, right? Maybe you could have found some more information over there. I doubt that they will have information in English. I know, but it would have been good to speak to try to reach to someone there who could actually tell you, well, these are our plans. I think the solutions are very possible. These are very practical solutions. I mean, this is wonderful because this is for young people. Young people need to really get aware about the situation. Um, Now, all people, older people, like for example me, don't use Instagram. Maybe it should be, or you could maybe think of another way to do that for older people, like the ones that are not so regular in social media, maybe Facebook, Isabel. Because for example, I don't, yeah, I'm horrible at Instagram and TikTok. But there's no sound. Isabel, we can hear you.
Sorry. Yes, I was saying yes. We are on our way to get there, but these guys know it so well, and of course we know that's a great way to get to people, to listen to people, to communicate. So yes, and we also know that because of this terrible pandemic situation, we know sometimes hard to go to places and things like that. But
Yeah.
yes, that's a nice project, and I loved it. And I hope it could be bigger with time, and that they can get more visitors and more comments, and they could keep working on it for a little longer. That will be really, really cool.
I also have to mention, sorry, Isabel. I also have to mention about the delivery.
Yes,
I have
yes.
to congratulate I think the first two speakers were really into their role. They were very, very enthusiastic when they were talking and they're giving all these facts. So it showed like a very natural way of presenting a topic. Um, sometimes you probably hear me a lot about this today since I'm here to observe. Sometimes I understand that we have to read. Yes, we have to read because I mean the texts are lengthy and they have technical vocabulary and then probably about topics that even though we're familiar with, the vocabulary we may not be so familiar with. So rehearsing and practicing, it helps in order to sound more natural when we read. So as to not to make it so evident that we're actually reading, right? Not to sound like we are reading like this. So I guess it's just a call for everybody. I know all our students do it. I know, but there are ways to avoid that, and I guess it's just probably just lack of practice. That's all. All right.
Yes, you are right. I have the same feeling. Yes,
Yes. All right.
yeah, and especially with the first group. But
Yeah.
yes,
No,
yeah.
you're very brave. You are very brave. How did you select? How did you make this choice? Did they volunteer? Was that just luck that they had to be the first?
No, it was
Uh,
yesterday.
no, we have this wheel of names, just
Oh,
as
okay.
pure
So it was
luck.
luck. It was luck,
Yeah.
or bad luck. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just
Like there before.
it's a
But
nice
it,
wheel full of colors, and their names were selected first. So we say, great, we have a winner, the first. But that's fine.
yeah, the first ones always suffer a little more now because they're the ones who have to have all that weight in their backs. But it was good. I really enjoyed the presentation. The information was clearly presented, except for those parts, maybe a little bit of pronunciation. But the messages were delivered because you had very good images to aid to help the information, and the presentation was very interesting. So. Congratulations.
Thank you so much,
Yes,
Nelsie. We appreciate
yes,
a lot, and Isabel also.
very good. Thank you for all your great information. Thank you for a very nice presentation. Thank you so much. Okay, then we continue with the next. According to our lucky selection, we have a group number 2, but we practice, of course, and we, because sometimes it's difficult to say to get volunteers, as everybody is doing the exercise today. Well, we decided to have it that way. So we have this group number 2 getting ready. Dylan, yes, Diego, Jose, Diego Lopez, and Victor. So this group of students, and again, everything you can say, the best you can explain it, all the ideas you want to say, your feelings, the sensation through all the process of your research and working together. Everything is welcome. We are ready, and we have open ears
Can I
for you,
ask
for
something?
everybody in
Isn't
the
all
group.
of them
Yes.
are all of them presenting live, or does any one of them have a video? They're all presenting live.
Yes, there is. We
Okay.
have one a particular video,
All right. Okay.
but for the moment we continue with these
All right.
presenters.
Thank you.
Okay, so you guys, whenever you are ready, remember you can share your screen and then we continue. Okay, yes, thank you.
Okay, teacher. Can you see the screen?
No, no, not yet, Diego. No, try again, please.
Okay. Now,
Mm, no,
teacher.
still black, still black.
Um, Now, teacher, can you see?
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Now it's just all right.
Okay. We'll start. Um, Hello, my name is Diego Mogollon, and together with my partners, Dylan, Jose, Victor, and Diego, we will explain our project to beauty and improve homes in different neighborhoods throughout Bucaramanga. The question problem is how does painting with bright colors influence the neighborhood's safety, well-being, and coexistence? Well, in the first thing is in Bucaramanga, some unprivileged neighborhoods are very careless and look so bad. Um, People behave according to their environment, and if we manage to beauty the neighborhood, we will see many change at social level. The only problem is that we don't know if the people will want to work with us to paint in the house of the neighborhood, and if they are going to take care and keep the paintings clean, because we know that there are people who do graffitis on the murals, and that is very unpleasant. But our objective is that the neighborhood go from simple neighborhood like this picture to these colorful communities with some murals in all house. in some houses. And for this, we need different concepts and materials that will be explained later.
Okay, hello, I'm Victor Jimenez and I will talk about the concept. So, we have to know about painting emotional ethics to talk and convince the community about this project and knowledge of architecture and structures. Next, please. Materials. In this project, we use more than 83,000 square meters of paint as well as some materials such as scaffolding, brushes, wood, harness, among others. Next, please. Means of propagation. We used Google Forms and Instagram as a means of propagation. So, next, please. And in these forms, we ask a simple question to the people. Simple questions such as if they like the murals and if they were willing to help. And these are the answers. Next. And on Instagram and WhatsApp, we will communicate with community leaders and make our project more visible. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Dylan Okobe, and I'm going to tell you about the Pintaramanga project. We take as an example a project made by the mayor of Bucaramanga named Pintaramanga. Pintaramanga was a co-creation project with the community led by the Institute of Housing of Social Interest and Urban Reform of Bucaramanga, INVISBU, where color came to intervene and transform spaces and facades of unfinished houses and vacant murals. For example, in the picture, the before and after of the Independencia neighborhood. Next. Next. Okay. Where intervened more of 11 neighborhoods. The project claimed urban art as a tool for progress, well-being, and transformation. Okay, next. As well, 2,098 houses with positive impacts about more 8,392 people with the participation of 114 plastic artists were intervened 83,000 square meters. In the pictures, the Café Madrid neighborhood. Next. Next. Okay. And the Juventud neighborhood. Next. And the facade of Juventud neighborhood and one plastic artist painting. Thanks for your attention.
Okay, good afternoon, teacher and classmates. My name is Jose, and I'm going to tell you about the benefits of this project. This type of social project, such as improving the living conditions of many people by improving and beautifying the facades of their homes with brightly colored paints, have many benefits, among the most important of which are the following. First, painting the houses in the neighborhoods has allowed neighbors to integrate and share as a community. Bonds of friendship have been created. Second, this initiative has managed to eliminate bad smell, litter, and garbage, since street dwellers have been removed. the colors have a positive impact on people's mood and behavior, and the murals help to create a neighborhood identity. It has considerably reduced violence and insecurity since the streets are no longer lonely because pleasing space have been created, and also it helps to reduce the gap between rich and poor neighborhoods since low-income people also have the right to live in pleasing space. Thank you. Next.
Hello, my name is Diego Alberto Lopez. I will talk about the possible solutions and the conclusion. But before I start talking about the possible solutions, I remind you the question that is the base of this project, which is how does painting neighborhoods will bright colors influence their safety, well-being, and coexistence? Now I will talk the first solution. The first solution will be that with the help of the community, some of the neighborhood walls will be painted in order to generate a progress of well-being and transformation, where the community is so to feel happy and grateful, based on one of the projects already did how it was Pintaramanga. On the other hand, keep in mind that this will take a long of time, so the community could get bored of painting. Next, please. Now, the second solution. A second solution, it will be to finish those houses that are incomplete with better materials in order to create a better infrastructure and guarantee a better home for these people. But it must be taken into account that this solution will need the support of many people for the cost of materials. Next, please. Now, the final conclusion. As a conclusion of this project, it can be said that it will be effective since it will be able to solve the problem of insecurity in the neighborhood, as well as the state of mind of the people and the house that have not yet been finished. This being a project designed for the community and at the same time interactive and educational, which will make the neighborhood see in a different way thanks to art. Next. Thank you for listening us.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you so much, everybody in the group.
Hi, Isabel.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, are
here
you
I am.
going to ask? Oh, should I? Can I ask my questions?
Sure,
No?
sure.
Ah,
Yes,
okay.
yes,
No,
yes,
because I
yes.
didn't hear, and sometimes I'm losing sound, so I don't know if anyone's talking. I didn't know. Okay.
No,
I'm
that's
sorry.
fine. Yes, we
I'm
say
sorry.
thank you after they finish. A big, big thank you. Okay, and then we are ready to get for new. Yes, yes.
All
So
right.
please do it.
Well, I must say that I enjoy the pictures. The pictures, I was hoping I could see more slides with pictures. Um, So I have a couple questions. The first one is Diego Lopez at the end in the conclusion says this project will benefit. So when you're talking about this project will benefit, is it that some kind of project that you are making, or you refer to the Pinta Bucaramanga? What was the name? The project of the mayor, Pintaramanga.
Yes, teacher, we're talking about our project, and our project will benefit the communes and neighborhoods.
All
You
right.
know,
So
Pintaramanga maybe do this, but we are talking about our project.
Okay, so your project specifically, and you want to maybe reach the community by trying to look for maybe get people in contact with providers for materials so they could finish homes and they could paint. That's what I understood, right? Is that correct?
Teacher, can you repeat the question? I don't
What?
understand.
Yes. What I want to ask. I'm sorry, because I was trying to. I think I got distracted with all the beautiful pictures. So the project consists in trying to get some people in some areas, trying to get them in touch with providers of materials so they could probably finish their homes or they could paint their homes, or getting in contact with local artists for them to to do like sort of murals.
Okay, teacher. We want to do all. We want
Uh-huh.
to finish some houses, painting some neighborhoods with, and all of this with the help of the the alcaldía. I don't know.
Oh, the
Of
city hall. So you're asking for
the
help,
city hall
like sponsorship from the city
and
hall,
local
from the
artists.
mayor's office.
Yes,
Mm,
and with help of local artists too.
and local artists. But would these local artists be volunteering their work and their time, or would they be paid? Like, what's the idea?
Maybe the first one, because we don't have a lot of money to do this.
Definitely, unless the city hall or the mayor's office intervenes, right? Have you started contact them? Not as yet.
Um, we are we talk about that, and we think that is very important. The local artists, yes, but it's very important to contact our artists from the university, like students from graphic design and careers like that.
It's this is because the project is very interesting. I am interested, and the idea, this is a plan. Then it would be
Yes.
like the first step, and then after that, after this, the next step would have been contacting the mayor's office, the city hall, to see how they could help, right? And then contacting the artists.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. All right. Well, it's interesting. I mean, it's ambitious. What do you think, Isabel? It's very ambitious.
Very ambitious. We want to do this in all Bucaramanga,
Yes.
yeah, Quest and all these places. We do forms with Google Forms, and
Uh-huh.
we add some all communes of Bucaramanga, all 17 communes.
What? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it would
Yeah.
take a
Yes.
major how they say effort from all
And
the
and
stakeholders, no?
kind of generous
Mm.
too. And that's why they were
Uh,
also talking about the materials they tend to use. And I hope they can try to be serious about it, like getting the right materials, learning somehow these kind of techniques. And I suggested also getting the ideas to help people learning the process. Some people want to do it themselves, like part of the fun, and they can give the materials, the company, the funds. That would be great. We understand it's also again kind of difficult for our riot situations and with this pandemic situation we have. But again, also if it's possible to keep it and nurture it and try to work a little longer, it will be really really great. Like the first previous one that inspired these guys to do a little more. And yes, the idea, the challenge is reaching people through the social networks and getting their permission to enter the community anyway, and try to be like a real help. And yeah, it's the idea. Try to keep an eye on these comments and requirements they can get if they are really willing to make it real. That would be great. Like really documentary something, and that can be like a very good thing to do. Like a first idea is also great, and getting people to know about it is also part of it. And it's great, like helping real people and doing something for the benefit of others is always something we appreciate.
And rewarding. You know, I'm thinking, for example, of course, if they get the mayor's sponsorship, it shouldn't be a problem to get into the communities. I don't know if it's Bucaramanga or Florida Blanca, but you know, for example, if this project participates in the fair, they will get exposure at the university. And I think they want the exposure. No, they want the idea
Yes.
to
Yes.
yeah, they want people to let on the idea, and maybe another group from a different class wants to retake this idea and help and to do a project like that. So as a beginning step, it's really interesting. Um, all right, so that was my question. I have a curious question too. So this, because I didn't know, for example, about Pintaramanga. I didn't know about those
Yes.
well, those efforts, no?
Pintarama. Pintarama, I
Pintaramanga.
guess it was.
Yeah. There is a neighborhood that's close to the terminal, the bus terminal. Is that one of them? Is that one of them in the picture?
Let me see.
Sorry, we couldn't hear your answer. Sorry. Repeat, please.
The answer is if one of these pictures that we show here have the connection with the terminal transport is the question.
No,
I don't.
there is a neighborhood. There is a neighborhood that has some kind of pattern. The pattern. I'm sorry. There's street vendors here. So you could
Yeah,
hear
it
them.
happens all the
You can
time.
hear them. So there is a pattern. No, the houses are painted in specific colors. So that's therefore the pattern. And this neighborhood is close to the bus terminal. So I just wanted to know if it's one of these neighborhoods is part of this initiative. That's all. Just by curiosity. That's all.
Is the butterfly?
Okay.
Pardon? Pardon me? I guess we don't
Did
have it.
did you say anything? Yeah, because it was like a voice talking for a moment, but
Yeah.
we couldn't get it really. Maybe I don't know.
All right. So I guess to conclude, not to make this long, I like the energy. I really like the energy. I get a very positive feeling of hearing them talking like this. Um, there's I think it was Jose Ignacio. We couldn't see you in the camera. We couldn't see your face, but I enjoyed your intonation very much. Now I could perceive, I could see that you were reading, but I enjoyed the reading anyway because of the you know the I guess the intonation. Um, it was an animated reading, and he was also accentuating, or he was emphasizing the information that was most important. So that helped. The fact that we couldn't see your face, it makes it a little difficult to understand, but your way of delivery, your speech, the way you did it, made it easier to understand it. Were you going to say something? I'm sorry, I don't know. A comment,
Uh,
Diego? No? All right.
yes, I don't turn on the camera because I'm not in my house. I'm not in a
Oh, you
private
didn't
place.
either. Yes,
It's
Diego.
very difficult for me in
Diego.
this
Well, one of the
moment.
Diegos didn't turn the camera either. Um, so once again, yeah, there were some issues of pronunciation, but it wasn't really in detriment of the presentation. The presentation was understood. Your message got through. Um, I like the simplicity of the presentation, and however it was powerful and efficient. I think the pictures that you selected did the work. It was simple, but it was powerful. Yes, and some of you were reading, and that was noticeable. So I guess I have to say it again. When you know that you will have to read because you feel not such a maybe such a confident speaker, then you need to practice a little extra probably than the others. So that's what happens. I'm not saying anyone in particular, no, just in general. So if you know that you will have to read, then you have to practice a lot. Have to practice pronunciation, have to practice intonation, linking certain words to make it sound more natural. Not to make it sound like a robot or not to make it sound like it lacks fluency. It was only a problem in, it wasn't a problem really. I could only perceive that in two of these speakers, but other than that, the presentation was very good. Um, it shows that you have interest for this project, for the idea. So I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Thank you, teacher.
Yes, thank you so much. Nice idea, nice comments. We also enjoy it.
Isabel,
Yes.
we cannot hear you. Or I cannot hear you. I don't know if the rest could hear you.
I have my microphone on. Is it better now?
Oh, it was probably me. Yeah, it was me. I'm sorry.
All right. Now you can listen to me, right? Okay, yes. Yeah, no, I was saying that, yes, again, thanks for your comment. Very good comments, and I'm taking my notes, of course, because they are great comments, and we like all this feedback, of course. And yes, we also said that the pictures were nice and clear and helped get the message. And it was a nice selection of pictures also, nice colors, connected to real places. So it was also a nice visual help for the entire presentation. So it was also good. I liked all these pictures too. Good selection. Okay, so can we continue with the next? The next one? All right, I say thanks a lot, and we continue with the next. I believe it's group number 1, right? So let me check. I have here my confirmations. Oh, right, yes. The next in our organization is group number 1. Oh, yeah, we can see it here. So, right. The moment you are ready, you can start. We are here always listening, paying attention to you. Okay, thank you so much.
Hello, my group is made up of Michelle Rincon, Natalia Zarate, Sebastian Vargas, and me, Andrea Buitrago. And our project is called Transportation in Florida Blanca. I am here to tell you about who we developed the project. Next, please. Okay, the question of our project was, what kind of transportation device could be implemented in Florida Blanca within a few years in order to reduce the traffic and improve the mobility of the citizens? Okay, we choose the issue because traffic congestion is something that affects us all. And as we know, the road that connects Florida Blanca with Bucaramanga at rush hour traffic doesn't move. So we come to show you some innovative means of transportation that will help Florida Blanca ease traffic congestion. It took us approximately 8 days to develop the question and its solution. While we were looking for information, searching for innovative means of transportation, looking for the best way for people to observe our project, doing the surveys, and creating the social networks so that they could find us. For the development of this project, we use the Teams platform to communicate. We use WhatsApp for instant information. We use forms to make the survey. We also use Canva to make our presentation and we create an Instagram account. And now my partner Sebastian is going to tell you about the background.
Thanks, Natalia. Okay, I'm Sebastian Vargas. I will tell you about background and context. First of all, I want to tell you that all the information below was taken from websites related to the subject. Well, these are the proposals of new means of transportation that seek to solve the current mobility problems. These are and the gyrocar, the JPODs, transit elevated bus, and Hyperloop. And next slide, please. So here you can see the graphical representation of each of them. The gyrocar, which is the first one, is a kind of bus that has adjustable height, and it's an independent mobility system. And the gyrocar was created from the operation of the gyroscope. If you are wondering what is a gyroscope, I will explain later. The TEP is like a bus that passes over the cars, but it is not height adjustable, and it's guided by rails placed on the track. And the JPODs is like a cable car, but with the difference that you choose the point of arrival and it goes over the most congested tracks. And the last one, the Hyperloop, is like a train, but it doesn't go on rails. It goes through vacuum tubes. This makes its speed increase a lot because there's no friction. And to get an idea of its speed, the Hyperloop can travel from Bucaramanga to Barranquilla in just 30 minutes. Well, okay, now I'm going to explain what a gyroscope is and what is the function of the vacuum tubes, so that the concepts are clearer. The gyroscope is used to maintain or change the orientation of gyrocar. Thanks to the gyroscope, the balance is maintained. And the vacuum tubes are used so that the Hyperloop doesn't have any friction and thus can travel at such high speeds. Next one, please. The next slide. And now here is the survey. And that talks about how are you affected by this problem and what you propose to solve it. And here is the link. If you want, yes. This is the survey. And follow us. I will to tell you about the results. Okay. Thank you. And the results of the survey are as follows. 70% of those surveyed are affected daily by traffic congestion, while the other 30% are sometimes affected. Also, 90% of the people say that there will be some change in transportation of the future. Also, 95% of people say that there will be a new means of transportation. And finally, the futuristic means of transportation that the community believes may exist in Florida Blanca is the JPODs. Now, my partner, Michelle.
Sorry, Michelle. Sorry for the interruption. The sound is not very good. Can you check it? We can't listen very clearly. Sorry for the interruption.
Solution. Why do we choose Instagram? We choose implement an Instagram account because it is a very useful social network which many people use. These applications offer a wide variety of things which make it attractive to inhabitants of Florida Atlanta, allowing on people who have an Apple or Android cell phone to obtain it. This means that a very large number of people can use this app and have some interaction with the information that we can provide of this to the people. Fun. It is a very complete means of communication. It is free app, it is an application with a very technological advance, it is easy to use, and we can include visual information like videos, photos, and more. Cons. As a final in the English course, it is necessary to use the language and could be a drawback for the public because most likely is that the Instagram publications have unfamiliar vocabulary that could cause difficulty to understand if people don't have previous knowledge. It can be concluded that by implementing Instagram, the people of Florida Blanca can be more connected with the transport of the future in the city. Thanks to tools such as surveys, comments, likes, and others, it is possible to identify what are the needs that they have and what would be the most appropriate solution. Next.
Okay, thank you, Michelle. This is our Instagram page. Here you can find everything related to the transport issue. You want to click in the Instagram page, please? Thank you. On the page, there is data on how many people use public transport daily. And there are also the futuristic transport proposals. You can find the link of the survey. And the same survey in the future stories. If you want, you can respond the survey for your opinions. Okay, everything was done by us, and to create the publications, we used Canva. Now my partner, Natalia.
Sorry, I cannot turn on my microphone and my camera. Well, I don't know why. No. Wait. Well, perfect. Conclusion. For this part, I decided to organize in 3 possible, I don't know, sections. Well, the first one, I am going to talk about the importance of solving the problem. Well, then I'm going to talk about the things that we enjoyed while working on the project, and finally, I am going to talk about the problems that we had during the project. Well, now our country is in the middle of a storm. The corruption is in the highest level. For these and other reasons, many society sectors cannot improve. If you notice Colombians are not informed. That's why the politicians with bad intentions take advantage of this. If you didn't know, the transport sector is one of the most affected within Colombian society. So as university students, we can influence our communities through our social networks, Nowadays exists a lot of resources to be informed. Therefore, we have to use our social networks or different way in order to impact our communities with possible solutions. We can do this providing information, and probably you are asking about what kind of information, Natalia. Well, you can talk about news means of transport that nowadays exist in other countries, or maybe talking about or providing scientific studies, yeah? Also, you can give in your opinions or small ideas. Above all, this part is so important. You have to keep in touch with your community, with your people, with your neighborhood, because it's so important to know how how they feel with all the problems, with all society problems, yeah? We can do this through surveys because this tool can provide us detailed information about our neighborhoods, or I don't know, the place that you want. Things that we enjoyed while working on the project. Well, we really enjoyed make our Instagram account because it's like a dynamic part of the because it was like a dynamic part of our project where our mails were activated in order to I don't know how to say it, in order to express our ideas in the Instagram page. Also, we enjoy the video calls because we had like extra space to discuss and collect all the informations. Well, and finally, problems that we had during the project. Well, two members of our group, to be more specific, Michelle and me, were news. So at the beginning, we were lost, but with the teacher explanations, we can understand all the methodology, all the work methodology, and that's all for this part. And finally, I'm going to explain this lesson. Wait me, please. Well, our lesson for today. Keep this in your minds, please. Imagination is more important than knowledge, by Albert Einstein. Well, that's all for today. I hope you enjoy it, and that's all.
Good. Good, very nice. We enjoyed the presentation. Nice style to say, to speak, enthusiastic also. Good information and good work in general, like really working together and getting something done at the end with a kind of satisfaction. So that's always great. So we'll listen to Nelsie again. Thank you for all your ideas, for your help.
Well, thank you, guys. Yes, this is very compelling, really compelling. I just want to understand or get confirmation from one of you. So the intentionality of the project really was to raise awareness, right? Because really the solution, it's not going to really depend on us, right? There's only, we can only do so much. Maybe we can influence people. Of course, we could get opinions from people. A lot of people, I'm going to, I'm sure I would like to go and answer that survey in order to give my insight and give my 2 cents about all the problems of transportation that I have and all those things. But the solution really wouldn't depend on us as much as it would depend on a higher power, a higher political power. So the intentionality is to raise awareness, right? And to collect, maybe to collect feedback from people and maybe to push the issue a little more with the local government. Am I correct?
Yeah, you are correct. As I say, now Colombians are not informed, yeah? And it's so important to us and to the society to be informed, yeah? about all the information, about all the scientific studies. I don't know.
The possibilities, no? Because those
Yeah.
are, that would be amazing. Well, I think it's compelling. The information is presented in such a way that you actually want to do something about it. You really want to. Um, I have to say, well, I enjoy the presentation. I enjoy the information. I just have one curious question for Sebastian. Sebastian Vargas, about not about the gyro car, about the, no, I forgot. The tube, the vacuum tube. Did you say 30 minutes or 13 minutes to go from Bucaramanga to Barranquilla?
30 minutes.
30, like 30 or 13?
13 and 10.
What? Really?
Yes.
13? That's really futuristic. No,
Amazing.
sounds like science fiction. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like magical.
Does any city in the world already have this kind of transportation
yeah.
that you know about?
Honestly, I don't know, but this project it was created years ago and developed in this city, but I don't know what is.
Because I know the one that goes over the cars. I think it's in China. It's almost complete. That one is almost complete. The one that goes, which also looks very futuristic, science fiction. But this is wow. It's mind blowing. Um, all right. So well, I have to congratulate you. The pronunciation issues were really minimal. It was straightforward. We could understand. I enjoy the demeanor of the speakers. Um, Natalia, I enjoy how you portrayed yourself during the conclusion. That was very nice. And even though some of you probably at some points were reading, it was a, a good effort. Not so many issues there. So it was very good. I enjoyed it. You have a lot to think about, Isabel, for the project fair. It's going to be hard to
Yes,
choose. Yes.
yes. And put the material together on this video form to get
Yes,
it
those are
also
amazing.
even more attractive. And also because with this format we can play it in different times and share it with different places. And it's going to be a great idea to have it like a nice reference. Here is just a moment, a couple of minutes. We are talking about it, showing something, commenting, but then we can keep it, make it a little better, show it again. And yes, like getting more people know about it and maybe learning something interesting also. That's also a good idea, yes. I mentioned before when they
Yeah.
say, what about the video forms? And I said, well, yes, we can do video forums, especially for the fair. So keep everything, keep your products, keep your findings, keep your materials, because we can actually put it together and show it later on.
We
So
have to get
yes,
these ideas out. Yeah, definitely. At least at the UPV community, they should definitely know this.
yes,
Thank you,
that would be
guys.
nice.
Very nice.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a
Yes,
lot. I
Natalia
appreciate your
and the
attention.
team. Yes. Thank you so much. Okay, so we continue. We try to move on. And according to our organization, I have it here because I never memorize. Group number 4. Yes, this is the 4th with group number 4. So that's fine. So again, guys, the moment you are ready, you can start. We are always listening, always paying attention. So welcome. You can continue any minute. Thank you so much for your nice ideas and your good work.
Sorry, teacher, you can see the slides?
Yes, yes, we can see it. Please continue.
Hello, everybody. Our group is formed by Armando Enrique Cortés González, Juan Daniel Chaparro Gamboa, Linda Irene Calderón Rangel, and me, María Alejandra Amaya Carvajal. Our central topic is communication methods, and our research question is: how can the government support our project to improve the communication in regions in Santander without access to the communication methods? Next slide, please. The table of contents look like this. First, introduction, second, background and context, third, solution, fourth, implementation, and fifth, conclusions. Next slide, please. And we start the introduction. So the introduction is, we choose this topic because we found it interesting. We are in an age where people can easily communication. Also, due to the pandemic, we can see different problems around communication. So we focus on one of them, which is the internet connection. And communication is essential, very essential, in all human relationships. Without it, people would be alone and disoriented in the advanced moment of the world. Now, keep my partner Linda. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Linda Calderon. I will talk about background and context. There are large connection gaps in the most remote parts of the country. It is a situation that raises concerns due to the new dynamics that the pandemic has demanded, because the new technologies have become the main tool to continue with work and study. Currently, not having entrance to the visual network is equivalent to being confined in a sphere that prevents knowing the rest of the world. This is an obstacle to development that a country like Colombia aspires to. In the first quarter of 2020, there was an uneven panorama in the internet connection in the country. In the task of expanding government, it's necessary to equip the device so that communities have to the tool will allow to use the web. Next, my partner Juan Daniel.
Thank you, Linda. Just a minute, please. I have a problem here. You now see me? Yes. Sorry, a minute. Okay. So with the project, we have the solution of the project or the idea. So our solution can focus on take to the government the proposal to bring devices with internet connection to those people who live in unfavorable condition, such as cell phones or computers, that has the most devices useless in this era. All these making use of an Instagram page or account for its effective advertising and dissemination with thousands of people. There are pros and cons to this project. Focusing on the pros, we have to bring to the people opportunities to that they have worked or jobs with these devices. In this era, we have so much work that is in a cell phone or by a computer, and everything is gonna to help to the persons that receive this help. And with the use of the account, we will generate an impact on the people that follow the page. The people that follow the page can see all our posts, all our information that we upload on the page, and everything. This can generate an impact so strong on the persons that can see our page. But this project same has cons. These cons consist in that the government probably have another plans, another things to the department and to these zones that we have to work, that we would to work, and not have so much help to the project. And if the project was accepted, the security and the mobility to the persons to these zones don't have a sure. But why we think sorry, why we sure that this idea will be listened? Because we know projects to the government that have listened like our project. One example of this is the computers that the government give to the kids and youngs in the pandemic situation, to the persons that don't have the resources to buy a computer or a cell phone. And in the pandemic situation, these devices are so important to that these people assist to a virtual class. And the other is the Wi-Fi zones that we can found in parks and many zones of the area. And our project or our idea can be listened, same as this project. And this is why our idea is good. And now we're gonna to pass with my classmate Armando.
Okay, well, now we will talk about the implementation of this project. Well, thanks for the next slide. Well, we go to spread all the information in an Instagram account, and we go to share this account with our family, friends, and acquaintances. In this page, we go to upload information about the connectivity of the department and sub-regions in that the connectivity of the communication methods is so poor. As we can see in that photos, the name of our Instagram account is Santander Evolves. It will upload different visual aids, stories about different Santander projects, infographics, and much more useful content to the project. As we can see in the right part in the down, we can see the an infographic of the connectivity in Santander, and then we can see the link of the Instagram account. Well, that is a implementation. Or now we can see the next.
Okay, in our Instagram account, you can find this infographic that we created about connectivity in Santander. In Santander, 61% of households have internet service, while 39% don't have internet service. Who is part of these 39%? Mainly they are the stratum 1, 2, and 3. A country like Colombia has basically 100 connected to stratum 5 and 4, but in the other stratum, the penetration is less than 50%. What prevents it? In those homes, it's more expensive to bring connectivity where private operators legitimately don't want to arrive because it is an attractive market. It is not attractive market. Next, my partner Alejandra.
Hello, it's me again, and I talk about why we choose Instagram page. And we choose the Instagram application because it is a simple way to share information and have direct contact with interested people. It is in an application that has different functions, such as donating money, so that we can collaborate with each other. In this way, we can publish our project and share it and have resources to undertake the project. Now follow my partner Juan Daniel. Thank you.
Thank you. It's me again. So we're going to talk about the focus. And as a group in our project, we want to focus especially on the province of Garcia Rovira in Santander. Since it was very large province and with many young people and children who want to have a better connection with the outside world and help this great province in that we have family. In addition, we have family, we have friends, some more than other have more family or less family, but we have knowledge in this zone or in this town. And they can make our project reach the different public servants. We will begin this management with the conception people, principal with the conception people. And now gonna to talk my partner Armando.
All right. Well, now we can see the conclusion. From this project, we were able to conclude many things, such as the great reach of social networks, in this case, Instagram, since there has been a growth among followers. In addition to the fact that visual aids, such as infographics, had a good results. Well, several people commented that they were very good and showed the message. And for our work as a group, we are able to conclude that if we strive to work together to progress, we can go far. Well, next. Well, thank you very much for all the attention. Have a nice day, and remember, communication methods are essential.
Thank you. Thank you. Very nice final message. Yes, yes. And we believe you. Communication is essential here and everywhere, and especially in our region, Santander. Nice presentation also. I liked it. Nice transitions, good tones, nice words, good photos too. So, well, thank you for all your work. Now we get teacher Nelsie. You continue, please.
I'm sorry. All right. Okay. So I want to understand first of all. I probably didn't get the idea correctly. So the intentionality is to raise awareness also, or try to getting a sponsorship from the government in order to get better connectivity in the sense like antennas or to get devices to the people. So which one is it?
No, it's more like the idea of the devices to the people. For that he have the devices that he can connect with social networks like Facebook, WhatsApp, the possibility that they can make a call, things like that.
All right, so the devices, because I mean the ideas or the information that you presented is actually it's alarming, no? And you're saying what 61%? I said 60, yeah, 61 versus 39%, yes. And you're talking about strata, but sometimes, yeah, strata it's a factor. There are regions in Santander, regions in the entire Colombia where there's no infrastructure really, for example, for them to put an antenna, or the situation of violence and all these things make it difficult for them to put an antenna. So yes, strata, but also the countryside people, no, the peasants are the ones who are suffering because even if they have the devices, there's the environment for to connect. The antennas are not just there. So of course, I love the idea of trying to get devices and the fact that you also made it very specific. No? That makes it more feasible too. So if you're saying Garcia Rovira province, good, but you actually identified a town. So I'm sure that if you identify that town as your, it says your project base, not base, but target, is because you know the area, you know the town, maybe you know the people, maybe you have some context. So that I think that makes it possible. So if you're able to get devices, if you're able to get a sponsorship by the local government in order to get devices to the rural areas, I would say like the rural areas that are surrounding the town where there actually are antennas in order to get signal, that would be a wonderful that would be wonderful. And it would be just a step. No? So started with Concepcion and then going farther to the towns of Garcia Rovira. You will need to find out from the local governments what's the infrastructure like, no? How many antennas are around, where people actually are going to be able to use the devices if they get devices. Because in some areas, you know yourself, I'm sure you travel a lot to the towns, and then you know that sometimes even in your own powerful cell phone, it's difficult to pick a signal, right? To pick up a signal. So the idea is very strong. I like the fact that they were able to justify every step of the project. So the intention is clear. There's, okay, we did this because of this. We also did this because of this. And I was able to see that throughout the entire presentation. And I also want to add that Isabel, if I have at least one more minute.
Yes, of course, yes. Everything you need. You are invited today.
I want to applaud you. I want to applaud. I mean the group, because okay, sometimes you have to sacrifice fluency in order to find your own pace, in order to find your own rate when you speak foreign language. And I have to say that the speakers in this group, they convinced me. They were not speaking very fluently, but they were very secure. They were very sure while they were speaking, even if they were speaking at their own pace. So finding your rate is important, and I think they accomplished, all of them. They accomplished that. So they were able to accomplish a rate, a pace, in which they are able to speak efficiently and with confidence. So that's good. That's really good. You don't need to read at speed. You don't need to talk at speed to get yourself understood, because when you speak, the idea is that the other person understands you, or that you convince the other person that you yourself understand what you're saying. And I was convinced, and I like, for example, I like Juan Daniel's pace. He was slowly but surely, and he was very confidently talking about his thing. So that's good.
Calm. It was kind of calm,
Yes, yes.
but
I
nice.
enjoyed that. Like, it was not nervous.
Yes.
There was no
Yeah.
anxiety. That's good. I'm not saying that the other groups were anxious or anything like that. No, no. I've enjoyed every one of your presentations. It's just that that's the feeling I got from this group. And it wasn't only from Juan Daniel, it was from Maria Alejandra and from Linda and from Armando too. So thank you very much, guys. It's a very good idea. So hopefully there's something that you could do about it, especially if you want to help those people in Concepcion.
Thanks, teacher.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Yes, yes. Thank you for your nice words. I noticed that part too. That it was really nice to maybe we just wait a little just to get what they were about to say. And yes, and it was kind of a personal pace. And it also was nice to see their faces as they were talking. So that's also great. We always say thank you. We appreciate the possibility to see faces. Yes, to see the faces. We know that it's hard sometimes. We don't have a great camera or something like that, or we are not in the best shape to show ourselves in front of a camera, but we always appreciate it when it happens. So yes, it's just great, and I'm really happy about it. And I know, yes, great projects, and I said before, it doesn't depend on us really, because there is a lot of heavy, difficult things behind everything. But they wanted to talk about it anyway. When I said that, well, try to connect your ideas with how to get it, how to get people know about it, and how are you going to somehow present it using whatever you want to do, like social networks and everything. But if you notice, all the groups wanted anyway to say it and to mention a kind of bigger, solid background, and they wanted to show that they read a lot about it and that it was a real thing. And I said, okay, so we try to keep both. Yeah, all right, yes. Everything you read and the information that can shock us sometimes, yes, because we are not aware of everything at a daily basis. And in these little spaces we know. And yes, it's nice to see that we think about trying to do something, even if we know that it's kind of not really the best wish we would like to have, but I respected those ideas. So they wanted to anyway mention it and show the pictures and everything at the beginning, because they considered that part was important. And I say, well, yes, if you believe in that part, do it, and I believe in you too. So yes. And great topics. I like all of the groups, all of the presentations. They worked really hard on it, and I say thank you. We have the final one, right? The final group. Sure, I know it's great, interesting also, and that's a little different. The final one is a little different. They have video, so let's see about it. We are waiting for it. So thank you so much. We continue with the next. So again, you guys, the moment you are ready, you can start. Thank you so much. We are always paying attention to you. Thank you so much. You can continue.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Teacher,
Hello. Good afternoon. Hello.
most of us have. Hello, teacher. Hello, classmates. As you said, and in our case, most of us have bad connection, so that's why we decided to record a video. And now I'm going to play it. Maybe if the connection is bad, I'm going to put the link in the chat box. So if someone of you can help me sharing the screen, I will thank you. Can you tell me if the screen is shared, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Now I'm going to play the record. If you have any question, don't doubt of tell us. Sorry, give me a second. I think I didn't share the audio.
A big winding to add. Our group is made up of.
Can you hear?
Yes. Yes, there's
Yes,
sound.
yes. Continue,
Thank
please.
A big winding to add. Our group is made up of Diego Diaz, Sergio Diaz, Gina Valencia, Alejandra Estupiñán, and whoever speaks to you, Chaira Torrado. Today, we come to talk to you about what changes has Colombian family communication undergone in the last 20 years due to mobile phones and social networks. Next, my partner Diego will introduce you to the subject.
We choose this problem based on a study of weird social and cultural traits in which the statistics of the digital situation of Colombia are shown. In it is observed how 96% of the population have a cell phone and are using approximately 3 hours 45 minutes to check social network a day. This shows how the internet broke into our lives, completely changing and forever the way we communicate. We stopped writing letters by hand to send emails through our first computer. We began to interact in real time with friends and family through chat. And little by little, we lost our fear of our privacy online, especially from the arrival of the social network that would influence this Facebook. Thus, new technology brings many benefits, but at the same time, they can generate new challenges and difficulties. Not only the children have the state-of-the-art technological devices, but also the parents, which is why many of the problems occur in the family context. However, we must bear in mind that technology alone does not promote this unity. In fact, it offers of various ways of connecting. In reality, it all depends on the type of use and the regulation that is had at home. Then my partner Sergio will talk about how technology affects the communication of families.
How many times have we been with relatives that are, but they aren't? Nowadays, there are frequent moments when you are with someone and that person is glued to the mobile or laptop. That's what I'm going to talk about next. It is important to know that the following examples are based on families that have access to technology such as television, laptop, smartphone, and other devices. This means families in a stratum higher than 3. Technological progress has generated that people live pending their cell phones in other conversations on the internet. For example, in our city, Bucaramanga, when you go out maybe to the mall or to a restaurant, it's very common to see families sitting together, but they are disconnected between them. Or even at home, when you visit to your family, sometimes they cannot put their cell phone away and have a real conversation. All the family is looking at their cell phones during the family time, and occasionally someone looks over to show some funny photo or video, they found on social network, they respond and continue glued to the mobile. I'm saddened about the use of technology to keep in touch with the change of not interacting. I think most of us have lived several situations like all the family is in the living room with their devices or a family trip in the car, but we don't even look at each other and couples separated by cell phones at bedtime. Now, my classmate Gina is going to continue explaining some other effects of technology in family communication. Go ahead, Gina.
Well, I suggested this topic to my classmates because I have seen it happen in people close to me, and I think it's something very negative because time has changed, yeah, but this could cause problems for children in the future, and I think it's interesting to investigate some of the consequences they could have. So I'm going to talk about the effects on child readings. Please, Sergio.
Effect on child learning. Okay, children's growth is affected by how technology influence some problems as attention ability, lack of stimulation on reading, or less opportunities for socialization. With the various forms of technology available, children are often more distracted and less likely to focus on something else when it's present. It's important that children have the opportunity to explore, to passionate in imaginative play, and to let their imagination rule wheel in storybooks. On the other hand, while social media can be utilized as a way to strengthen existing relationships, it's important to give them the opportunity to practice conversational and social skills without technology. The early child development specialist Anastasia Moloney mentions about the some cases of children that are constantly using technology may be hesitant to interact with other children in a social environment, which can negatively on their effects. In the last image, we see a children prefer to be on their cell phone than to share their time and do anything else with each other. Now, my classmate Alejandra is going to talk about some solutions for the problem.
Talk to you about the possible solutions we have for our family communication problem thanks to technology. Putting rules on the table with suggest about or decorate about so that everyone can leave their cell phone there and do's about meaning on the cell phone while they are with the family or eating. If you have computer or tables that everyone uses, teach your children responsibility with the devices. Before buying a cell phone for the youngest member of the family, assess whether they really need it. Create a space where each member of your family shares videos, photos, messages, or any content they have read or seen on the internet. These are some pros and cons about the solution. Regulation of technologies in the home and learning to know when to use it. Families will take more advantage of their free time without access to cell phones, computer, or television to do produce things such as exercise, interact more with people, read, disease. The graduates in this maze then have less access to information and fast communication. Avoid